Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's Chill Pill. It's been 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
So
Christmas.
double sláinte.
I know, twice, there we
And
go.
get that down, you love.
Yes, we're in between, aren't we? We've got Christmas
Yeah.
over, and now here we are looking forward to the new year.
Yeah, here we go. 2021.
And everybody's excited for 2021, right? Because
Yeah.
we weren't too
It's
happy
the
with
year-
2020.
It's the year COVID gets kicked in the butt.
Let's hope. Oh, Lord. help
Hopefully
us.
it's the year of victory where we say goodbye to masks and goodbye to...
Well, I don't know for a while yet.
I know, but we are going to eventually get rid of these things.
Yeah, well, let's hope. and
Hopefully
pray.
enough people get the vaccine where we don't have to drag this thing out.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm not telling anybody to get the vaccine.
You're not telling us what to do.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
No.
It's everyone's own decision on that.
But
front.
it is a good thing to think about because of, I was just talking to our son on the phone today and just saying like even in like your mom's lifetime,
Yeah.
our parents' lifetime, because your mom was telling me this the other day, the diseases that were killers back in those days, for little kids dying with all kinds of things, and now it's all controlled by vaccines. And so it doesn't end the virus or it doesn't end the disease anywhere, everywhere, but it just protects from, spreading and from people dying from these things, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we'd still have diphtheria, right?
Measles.
Measles. Well, we still have some measles because people stopped getting vaccinated.
Yes, they
in
did.
certain areas, but we do have. We don't have things like diphtheria anymore. Used to kill people, and also meningitis. Yeah, it got vaccinated out of the. So hopefully we vaccinate this thing out of it.
Yeah, hope so.
Yeah. Hannah said something interesting to me the other day. She says it's just like a code that you're actually getting that can recognize the virus, that can recognize the virus in your body, because apparently our bodies don't fight it. Some bodies, anyway, don't fight it quickly enough. And this is like giving you a code to be able to fight, to acknowledge what it is and to fight it
To
off.
fight it off.
So it's basically just helping your own body.
Right.
Anyway, I didn't want to talk about vaccines. I just don't know why we got onto
We got
that.
onto that. It's funny, we're saying Happy New Year,
Yeah.
and then we immediately started talking about the virus and the vaccines.
because last year was
Yeah.
something else, right?
Right. We do want a difference this
Yeah,
year,
we do.
God willing.
Yeah, and
2021, I'm claiming 2021 as for the year of light and joy.
amen, sister. I'm
Yes.
with you.
Light and joy, don't you
Yeah.
think?
Absolutely. I'm going to read a verse to you. We're going to talk about the new year a little bit. I love this verse in Lamentations chapter 3, verse 22 and 23. Because of God's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail.
Amen.
They are new every morning, not just at New Year.
Every morning.
Every day, his compassions are new every day. And then it says, great is your faithfulness.
Amen.
And I want to talk a little bit about that last part, that great is your faithfulness. As we go into 2021 and you look back and we think about God's faithfulness in the past, his faithfulness in the future, what is it about your past life where you've seen God's faithfulness at work? Let's think about just this year. Where do you believe you've seen God's faithfulness at work?
I feel like the fact that
And I didn't prepare her for this, so that
No.
you know all these talks are definitely...
on the spur of the moment.
Yeah, they're not prepared.
Well, I feel though that the fact that I have seen people who are facing terrific challenges and terrific like fears and so on in their lives, and they can face that with strength in the Lord. And so it's like the Lord is not saying, oh, don't worry about 2021, there's not going to be any problems. That's not what he's saying. The Lord is saying, don't be afraid because I am faithful. And that's the thing. It's like, and when you talk to people, even like I've said before on these, even some of our friends in Congo who've dealt with so much terrible atrocities and so on, and they say it's the faithfulness of God that gets me up every morning and helps me face that day. And so for this year, I can see how God prepared me. I still miss my dad. I can't, he's gone now. He's with the Lord. I did not realize it was going to happen this year, but it did. And I wasn't able to be at the funeral, but he prepared me in my heart with actual peace and in the knowledge that my dad is with the Lord. So that was an incredible blessing for me.
Right.
And what I said to you, if you remember at the time, what I really experienced going through that with my dad's death and all, is the realization that this isn't the end.
Right.
I had a tremendous sense of, he's with the Lord. He's with my mom. He's with all the other missionaries. He's with his family who've gone on before. Yeah. And they're all with the Lord.
Yeah.
And it goes on. And so I feel like that's God's faithfulness. It's like, understand, he's not just saying, I'm there to hold your hand and get you through it. He is God. And when he is being faithful in our lives, it's like an eternal presence that he's with us.
I know. It's a great thought that God never walks out on you.
Never.
It's not like the angry wife that slams the door and leaves, or the angry husband says, I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. There's never going to come a point where God gets like that with us. He's going to stand by us. He's going to be with us. I'll never leave you or forsake you.
Right.
I mean, there's no ducking out of things for God. There's no when he commits to us, he completely commits to us, and he's faithful to those commitments to us. So we always know he's there. As I think about this last year, I'm just glad for God's faithfulness with my life, with your life, with our family's life.
2 wee grandkids born this year.
2 wee grandkids born. God's faithful, and I'm thankful for our church, how he's been faithful to that church over the years. So many wonderful people who attend the church, and wonderful people now we're connected with online. And I want to see in maybe this year ahead that we'll maybe even connect more with our online
and that's an
people.
Incredible
We've got to
thing.
figure out ways where they can communicate with us. I'd like people who are just don't live in this area to be able to share prayer requests, and because you and I just really do pray a lot for other people, and we are faithful. And if you ask us to pray for something, we see it through and we keep praying.
But if this COVID thing has shown us anything, I know it's a terrible disease, and lots of people have died, and it's horrible what has happened around the world. But as well as that picture around the world, isn't it amazing how God's people have reconnected with each other around the world?
It is.
Through technology. And Dr. Casali from Congo told me this once. He said, Ruth, he said, people invent things and they think it's their mind doing it. But he says, it's God showing them what to do, because he wants to use it for his glory. And so we have this internet, right? And we have all of this connection now, and we're hearing from God's people around the world. And it reminds us that even though things can look very, very frightening around us, at the same time, God is still building his church, and his people are all around the world.
Yeah.
The family of God is global.
It is. And sometimes it doesn't look like in your life, we might be talking today to some people who are very sad right now.
Yes.
Or have a loved one that's recently died of COVID, or they know of someone, or maybe that they feel lonely, but God is still there.
Absolutely.
It just sometimes because you just don't feel it or actually see it in your life at that moment, it doesn't mean to say it's not there, that God is still there. He's faithful. He's for you, not against you.
Amen. His presence never leaves us.
So anyway, it's good to talk to you today.
And as the French would say, for Happy New Year,
bonne année. Bonne année. What do the Germans say? I've forgotten.
No, that's Christmas.
No,
that's Christmas.
No.
Neue Jahr.
Freudige neue Jahr. Maybe they don't say that, but that's a literal translation.
German friends.
Sorry if anyone's listening.
But Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
God
Pip,
bless.
pip.
And
Cheerio.